Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Hopkinton Athletic Center as we are ready for this varsity matchup between Hopkinton and Norwood. Let's send it down to courtside.
Welcome to Hopkinton High School for this afternoon's varsity boys basketball game as the Norwood Mustangs take on the Hopkinton Hillers. Although these are certainly different circumstances than we're used to when hosting a game, we feel very fortunate to have the opportunity to play and accommodate limited spectators. All those in attendance must wear a mask at all times and remain socially distanced throughout the contest. And now for tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Norwood Mustangs. At guard, number 1, senior Damari Daniels. At guard, number 5, junior Joey Steves. At guard, number 10, sophomore Noah Badette. At guard, number 22, senior Cam McDonough. And at forward, number 33, senior Robbie Witkowski. The Mustangs are coached by Steve Burrell and head coach Kristen McDonald. And now for the hometown Hopkinton Hillers. At guard, number 10, junior Nate Casper. At forward, number 25, senior Anthony DiPietro. At forward, number 35, senior Josh Serapusco. At guard, number 15, senior captain Matt Cooper. And at guard, number 22, senior captain Brian Keefe. The Hillers are coached by Jay Golden, Chris Banks, and head coach Tom Keene. If you would now rise for the playing of our national anthem.
And there you have it, the national anthem and starting lineups. These two teams have already met up this season. They met up Friday night, and Norwood got the 77-73 win in Norwood over Hopkinton on Friday night. Our friends over at Norwood Cable had the broadcast of that game. It was a great back-and-forth battle. And Norwood is led by head coach Kristen McDonald in her second season at the helm. And, of course, the Hillers are led by the legendary Tom Keene. And a lot of new faces on this Hillers roster this year, but also some very familiar faces. And it should be another great battle here today. Starting five for Hopkinton, in case you missed it: Nate Casper, Matt Cooper, Brian Keefe, Anthony DiPietro, Josh Serapusco. For Norwood, it's Damari Daniels, Rob Wadkowski, Cam McDonough, Joseph Steves, and Noah Badette. And we are underway. No jump ball to open up the games this season.
The jumpless jump ball.
That's right. You get the inbound.
Inbound jump ball.
Inbound jump ball.
We'll come up with a name.
Daniels
soon enough.
Over to the corner, up for three, but is Bodette no good. Serapusco trying to corral it in, and it ends up out of bounds off the hands of Steves. Norwood went 9-11 overall last year. Hopkinton went 12-11 and made a run all the way to the sectional finals, where they fell to a very good Wayland team. Up and no good is DiPietro. And here comes Norwood. Daniels gets it over to the corner. Along the baseline goes Bodette, and he'll draw some contact. Or actually get wrapped up for a jump ball.
Yep.
Good defense underneath by the Hillers there. Here comes Casper. Down the lane, trying to feed it over to Serapusco, off his hands and out of bounds. Expect a quick-pace game between these two teams. Damari Daniels gets it up. And Mike, I think it's really interesting this season. One of the most interesting things to me, at least, is you're seeing the same team pretty much 2 games in a row.
Yeah, 3 if you watch the freshman.
Right. Well, I mean, in the situation of Varsity, they saw Norwood on Friday, and they're seeing him again tonight.
Right.
As Cameron McDonough knocks down a 3. And that allows you to be able to make adjustments and still be pretty fresh off that last game against them. Will it make a difference overall? Who knows? But typically, you got to wait a few weeks to see the same team again. And we're going to have a turnover here. It'll be Norwood ball. Was that an offensive charge? I believe it was.
You can tell, I tell you, you don't need fans. You don't need a crowd. You get the bench. The Norwood bench is nice and loud here, bringing some life here into the athletic center.
DiPietro is the guilty party on that offensive foul. McDonough gets it over to Daniels. Around the horn goes Norwood. Daniels is the captain for this Norwood team. For 3 from the right side, and no good is Steves. Here come the Hillers. Pass up over to Cooper, and a nice give underneath to Serapusco, who goes up and in, plus the foul, and 1. They're going to get Joseph Steves with the foul. So 1 foul apiece so far. Serapusco with a chance to tie the game at 3. Just underway here in the first quarter. 6:06 left to go. On the and 1, he hits. Josh Serapusco was so crucial to the team last year in that tremendous run, and we have a steal by Matt Cooper.
Nice.
Casper over to Serapusco in the corner. Up to Cooper. Hands it back over to Keefe. Drives the lane up with the right hand. And it's pulled down by DiPietro for the putback. He goes up and in, plus the foul, and 1. And they'll get Damari Daniels with his first. No good. Serapusco with the rebound. Serapusco gets it over, and another and 1 for DiPietro.
Very nice.
So Anthony DiPietro, the senior, at the line for his second and 1 attempt. No good there. Norwood has it. A 7-3 Hillers lead. 5:37 and counting left to go in this first quarter. Damari Daniels gives it over to the top of the perimeter to McDonough. Back to Daniels, up for 3. No, it'll rattle out. And it's collected by Cooper. Here come the Hillers. Cooper drives down, gives it over to Keefe. Keefe up for the jumper. Count it. The senior knocking it down. With the ball, it's Cam McDonough. Around the top of the perimeter they go. Daniels back to McDonough. And now out over to Bodette. And Bodette is going to lose his grasp on it. It'll be Hiller's ball.
And what call was that? A travel.
That's right. Moving violation there, and momentum certainly in favor of the Hillers in the opening minutes of this game.
Yeah, I love the pace that they're going to keep. And you'll see this throughout the whole game. You might see some winded players come the end of the third quarter, but they're used to it.
And the varsity roster, which typically can be 15 players this year, can only be 12.
12. Yeah. And less coaches. They had to cut the coaching staff, and our biggest coach is missing over there, Coach Scotty Mackin, which I'm sure he's home watching on TV. Scotty, we miss you. Can't wait to get you back here.
One head coach, obviously, and an assistant coach.
Correct.
And Chris Banks is the assistant coach today. A 9-3 lead for the Hillers. 4:59 left to go in the first quarter. And Norwood going to make some adjustments. And Kristen McDonald, in her second year, she's done a great job with this Norwood program. And
sure has.
Has quite a history as well. Ryan Keefe on the entry. Full court pressure by Norwood. There's Casper over to Keefe. Down to Cooper. Fires it over to the wing. Now on the corner. That's DiPietro. And it's taken away by Norwood. Here comes Daniels. Daniels up with the right hand and in. Smooth moves there. Hillers work it back up. Keefe over to Casper. Down to the corner. Driving in. Cooper. Trying to find some room in the lane, gives it up to Sarapusco on the short corner, up for the shot, no good, and it's collected underneath by Wadkowski. Long pass up, and out of bounds goes Keefe. It'll be Norwood ball. It was a
nice
effort, but Norwood will have it. 9-5, Hillers leading, 4:18 left. Fitzsimmons on the entry. Over to Wadkowski, now Daniels. And the ball bobbled around. Out of play it goes. Hillers ball. A quick moving pace to this game so far.
Which is what you expect from both teams. We know the Hillers like to play fast.
Nate Casper gives it over to Cooper. Back to Casper. Keefe. Casper, a junior, up from the block and in. Good ball distribution there by the Hillers. Daniels for three. Got it. Swishes it right through. Damari Daniels, the player to watch for Norwood.
Mm-hmm.
Casper down the lane, double dribble. An 11-8 game with 3:34 left to go. Damari Daniels with the entry. Over to McDonough. Steves. Back to Daniels. Daniels with the pump fake. Driving in. Up with the right hand. No good. And it's tipped and kept in play by Schnurr. Great effort there. Driving in Keefe. Fires it over to the left wing. Shot waved off for the travel, but it was Evan Marazzini, the sophomore, in the attempt. Norwood ball. Here come the Mustangs. Daniels over to McDonough. And now inside, up for the shot. Steves, no good. Hillers have it. Here comes Keefe. Up for the shot, no. Off the rim it goes. Rebound, Wadkowski. Taking it up, Steves down the lane, up with the left hand, no good. Collected by Schnurr. Sarapusco hands it back to Marazzini. Around the perimeter they go. It's Rahim in the corner. And collected by Daniels.
No turnovers.
Over to McDonough, back to Daniels. Steves, shot from the right corner, no good by Wadkowski. Collected by Marazimi. Tosses it up to Keefe. Around the perimeter, Marazimi for three from up top, no good. Daniels collects. Off the hand of McDonough, and it's stolen away by Marazimi. Here comes Keefe. Up top over to Schnurr. And that was knocked off a defender and collected by Fitzsimmons, who will go coast to coast. Up with the left hand, no good. Sarapusko collects. Pass over to Rahim. Caleb Rahim, a junior, one of the new faces on this varsity team. Now it's Keefe. Up to Marazimi. To the corner to Keefe for three. Knocks it down. The captain, Brian Keefe. 14-8 Hillers. 1:20 and counting left to go in this quick-moving first quarter. Damari Daniels for three. Got it. That's his second three-point field goal of the quarter. Over to Marazimi. He'll launch a three and knock it down. Back and forth we go. Over to the corner. Pass to Wadkowski. McDonough. Wadkowski across to Daniels for three. No, not this time. Off the back iron. Collected by Sarapusko. 40 seconds and counting left to go. Keefe gets it over to the left corner. Up for three. And good is Owen Schnurr. 20-11. Hillers leading. Damari Daniels with possession. Daniels taking his time. There's about a 4-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. 8 seconds left to go in the quarter. Driving in, up for the shot. No good there is Steves. Hiller's ball. Shot clock expires. 3.5 seconds left to go in the quarter. For those of you wondering about the Ravens-Titans game, it's 10-10 with 11 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass over to the left wing, up for three, and no good is Schnurr, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After one, it's Hillers 20, Norwood 11. A great start for the Hillers, Mike.
I tell you, I love the pace of the game, and I think the Hillers are doing great. Pounding those threes, come on. This is outstanding. And, I wish I got to see the Friday broadcast over there in Norwood, but I think we were a little busy ourselves, weren't we?
We were, with some tremendous girls' games right here at the Athletic Center.
So I expect this just to tighten up. I can see Coach making some adjustments over there. She's getting into the players' heads, and we'll see if Norwood can come out a little bit stronger.
After one, Hillers leading 20-11. We're going to take a quick breather, enjoy the scenery of the Hopkinton High School Athletic Center. We are ready for the second quarter. Let's take a look at first quarter scoring. For Norwood, Cam McDonough with 3, Damari Daniels with 8. For the Hillers, Evan Marazimi with 3, Nate Casper with 2, Brian Keefe with 5 as Norwood working down into the offensive zone. Anthony DiPietro with 4, Owen Schnurr with 3, Josh Sarapusco with 3. Widespread effort offensively for the Hillers in that first quarter. And it's stripped away from Daniels by Rahame. And here goes Cooper. Feeds it in, the kick out from Fatahi. And now Norwood has it on the turnover. McDonough fires it over to Daniels.
Oh,
And an errant pass there, Hillers ball.
looked like a travel to me, but what do I know?
And Coach Keene with some
Clarification there.
words of encouragement.
Not to a referee, no. We, as we discussed in last week's show when we had him on, talking about not being able to see his expressions now that he has to cover it up with a mask. I was going to buy him one of those clear ones that you can see his face. But no, we'll just have to guess what he's doing and what he's talking about. Whoop.
Ooh.
Oh,
We're going to have a foul.
yikes.
It'll be against the Hillers. They get Karosh Fatahi with contact. Karosh Fatahi, a sophomore. Another new face to this year's team. McDonough. And it is taken away by Marazimi. Another nice steal there. Rahame gives it over to Fatahi. Up with the right hand and in. McDonough takes it up. Over to Bodette. Now back to McDonough. Around the perimeter they go. And a three-point attempt. No good by Mahoney. It is a Norwood rebound. The putback is no good. Mahoney with good hustle getting in there to keep it in Norwood possession off the missed Bodette shot. Up for 3. No, off the rim it goes. And this time it's collected by Cooper. And Cooper, one of the 2 captains on this year's Hillers team. Marazimi over to the corner. Rahame drives the baseline, fires it to the left corner. Up and in, Owen Schnurr.
Wow.
Or did they wave that off? It looks like they waved it off.
Yeah, yeah.
Be Norwood ball. Assuming it was a moving violation.
Yeah, it would have to be on the floor in order for a shot not to count.
I didn't see much of a sign there, but we'll go with that. 22-11, Hillers leading, 6:05 left to go in the second quarter. Driving in and missing the lay-in is Steves. Hillers have it. Cooper takes it in from the wing. Up and in he goes. That Cooper getting into the scorebooks. Steves up top over to McDonough. And trying to get it in the interior. Cooper got a hand on it. How to play it goes, Norwood ball. One of the rule changes because of COVID this year, pretty much all the inbounds on the offensive end of the floor will be from the sidelines, no baseline entries, and the defenders have to stay 6 feet away from the inbounder. Daniels around the defender, up with the reverse and in. Murray Daniels having a nice day so far, already 10 points. Marazimi for the jumper, no, it'll rattle out. Here comes Norwood once again, underneath. The pump fake, up, no good is Bodette, but he draws contact. We'll get Nick Paharic with the foul. Bodette at the line for 2. No good on the first one. Noah Bodette, a sophomore. Expected to be a big piece of this Norwood team throughout his next couple of years in high school.
Looks like we have a mass malfunction on one of the refs that he is repairing.
Having a tough time over there.
Yeah. Oh, you know why? He has his regular whistle, so see, he's got the whistle inside the mask. So that means his battery operated one must have died.
And Bodette hits the second.
See if we'll get him some at the half. But look at that for preparation. A mask with a little bag on it for the whistle. That's awesome.
I like that. I wonder if that's a special referee mask.
Oh,
or
I'm
something
sure
like
it
that.
is.
Casper over to Cooper, driving the lane up with the right hand and in.
Right. Because not all leagues require the electronic whistles. But when it malfunctions, you're going to go back to old school.
That's right. Daniels to Bodette. Over to McDonough. We'll have to talk to a ref sometime and see what whistle they like better, the traditional or the battery-powered, the electric. Steves misses the shot. Over to Daniels. Drives in, up for the jumper, and off the back iron and in. 12 points for Damari Daniels. 26-16. Hillers leading, 4:24 and counting. Left to go in the first half. Paharic to Serapusco. Underneath now. Up. And no good is DiPietro, but he draws the foul. They're going to get Cam McDonough with this one. First of two, no. DiPietro over 3 from the line. See if the 4th time's a charm. DiPietro on the second. Got it. Long pass along the far side, and it is going to go Norwood's way. The official saying DiPietro got the last hand on it. Mahoney into McDonough. Back to Mahoney. Stolen away. Here comes Casper. To the rack. Up with the left hand. No good, but draws the contact. Steves didn't like the call, but the official signaling that you got him on the head a little bit.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Second foul for Joseph Steves. Casper on the first of 2. No good. Now 2 players from each side will line up on the second free throw attempt. I guess that's another advantage of not having to line up on the first of 2 is you can go over to the sidelines, talk to the coach real quick.
Right. That's her style. It's always been like that, but normally she would just have like 1 or 2 players to talk to.
Up for 3. No good there. A little wide. And a nice effort to keep it in, but not in time is Watkowski. McDonough on the shot attempt. Hillers have it with 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Full court pressure by the Mustangs. Paharic. Keefe. Back to Paharic. Over to Casper for 3. No, a little short there, but up and in goes DiPietro. Nice job there by DiPietro. McDonough. Over to Mahoney. Bodette. 2 defenders in front of him. Coach Keene loves to play that 2-3 zone.
Yeah, he does.
Over to the left side, McDonough. Norwood having a hard time working in the interior, running out of time on the shot clock. Up for 3, no good is Mahoney, and the Hillers have it. Great turnover there. Pass over, and in goes DiPietro. Momentum swinging in the way of the Hopkinton Hillers, who lead at 31-16 with 3:05 left to go in the second quarter. A timeout called by Norwood.
You know, not seeing the first meeting of these two teams in that score, I would not expect a 15-point difference going into the half. I just didn't see it. I expected.
Well, we got 3 minutes left.
You know what I mean. It's like you just never. I didn't expect this for a gap. I just expected a lot of back and forth. 3-5 points maybe. Just from listening to the game and hear about the game, but
yeah, the Hillers having a nice first half so far.
Don't get me wrong, I'm liking it.
They have 8 different players in the scorebooks. Norwood with just 3 different players in the scorebooks. It's been Damari Daniels for Norwood, who's done much of the scoring with 12 points. And Anthony DiPietro having a very nice second quarter after putting up 4 in the first. He has 5 more in this second quarter. Brendan Francis into the game for Norwood. He'll inbound. Mahoney will take it up. Over to Daniels. Long 2, no. Collected by Schletzbaum. Daniels pump fakes. Takes it in around the defender. Up, no good. Collected by Casper. Keefe. Over to Casper. Underneath, Sarapusco, yes. Daniels over to Mahoney. Back to Daniels, now Francis. To Mahoney, now Daniels along the short corner, takes it out, gives it up top. Pump fake by Daniels, launches the long 2, and he knocks it down. 2:07 and counting left to go in the second quarter. A nice feed underneath, up and in goes DiPietro. Some smooth moves there along the baseline. Driving in Francis, up for the shot, yes, plus the foul, and one coming. Or no, they're going to get him with the offensive charge, excuse me. It'll be Hiller's ball. Shot waved off, and Brandon Francis called for the charge.
This all fresh legs over here. He just changed the whole side out.
Here comes Hopkinton. Schnur gives it up. Excuse me, that's Keefe, rather. Pass across, and we have a foul.
And Hopkins in the bonus, so. Well, maybe not.
We'll get Ross Komkowicz with his first. Norwood ball. McDonough gives it up, and the lay-in attempt by Fitzsimmons no good. Komkowicz going to have it knocked away, but it was collected backcourt by Paharik. Here comes Norwood. And it'll go Hiller's way. Good effort by Steves to try to save it, but just couldn't get there in time. On the entry, Marazimi. Here comes Keefe. 35-18, Hillers leading. 1:17 and counting left to go in the second quarter. Over to the corner, Schnur launches the 3, no good, and is able to collect a loose ball towards the top of the perimeter. Cooper driving in. I don't know if he was trying to pass there or get a shot off, but in any case, Norwood has it. And we're going to have a foul. All kinds of contact along the near side. And they're going to get the Hillers on this one. That'll be against Caleb Brahim. McDonough up to Bodette. Now McDonough along the corner. Over to Steves. Back to the corner, up for three, and no good is Bodette. We get a whistle and a foul. And Bodette is heading to the line for three. We'll get Owen Schnurr with his first. Team sixth for the Hillers. Norwood with 7 fouls. First of three, yes. Bodette 2 for 3 from the line so far this afternoon. Second of three, got it. On the third. Count it. Knocks them all through. He's 4 for 5 from the strike. Behind the back dribble, Keefe gives it up to the corner. Kick out by Marazimi over to Cooper, driving in, up for the lay-in, no good. Batted around, out of play it goes. It'll be Hiller's ball. Last touch by Wadkowski. Marazimi on the inbound, over to Cooper. And we get a moving violation there. Or make that a foul, elbow. They'll get Schnurr with his second. 32.8 seconds left to go in the first half. Hillers up 35-21. Norwood slowly creeping back into the game. Wadkowski into Steves. Fires it over towards the wing. That is Mahoney. Now it's up to Bodette. Back to Steves, driving in, around the defender, up and good. A well-needed bucket there for Norwood. Cooper for three, no, but the foul is drawn. He is heading to the line. We'll get Joseph Steves. That's his third, so he'll have to be careful. First of three, no. Second of three, got it. Less than a second left on the clock, so the half will pretty much be over right after this next free throw. No good, and that'll do it. Impressive half by the Hillers. They lead it 36-23 as we head to the third quarter. Things looking good for Hopkinton, but a long way to go. Hillers outscored Norwood in the first quarter 20-11, and in the second quarter 16-12 to lead it 36-23 at the end of two. We'll take a little breather here. Enjoy the scenes of the Hopkinton High School Athletic Center. Third quarter coming up next. We are ready for the third quarter. Hillers leading it 36-23. Let's take a look at the scoring totals from the first half. For Norwood, Joseph Steves with 2, Noah Bodette with 4, Cam McDonough with 3, Damari Daniels, team leader, with 14. For the Hillers, Evan Marazimi with 3, Nate Casper with 2, Matt Cooper with 5, Brian Keefe with 5, Karosh Fatahi with 2, Anthony DiPietro with 11, Owen Schnur with 3, Josh Sarapusko with 5. Hillers start off with possession. Keefe fires it up to Casper. Now Cooper inside over to DiPietro, trying to get it over to Sarapusko. Mishandle there, Norwood ball. McDonough will take it up. Over to Daniels. Daniels trying to fire to the baseline. A little too much there.
Looks like he was throwing that to Ashland.
Casper takes it up. Sarapusko gets it to the corner, up for 3. Cooper, no, off the rim. And here comes Norwood. Bodette going to take it to the rack, and he will draw some contact, and a charge was called there. It is going to be against the Hillers. Bodette heading to the line. They'll get Nate Casper with his first. First of 2 for Bodette. Got it. Second of 2. Count it. Casper takes it up for the Hillers. Sarapusko fires the corner. Keefe for 3. No, off the rim. And it's collected by Bodette. Bodette over to McDonough. Along the baseline, Bodette up off the window. No good. Batted around. Hillers have it. Collected by Casper. Over to Keefe. Driving in. Up and in he goes. 7 points on the afternoon for Brian Keefe. Norwood trying to respond. No good there by McDonough. Keefe takes it down. Over to Cooper. Now to the corner to Casper. Up to Keefe. DiPietro. Cooper. DiPietro now. Running out of time on the shot clock. 3 seconds left. They got to shoot. Pass over to left wing. Up at the buzzer. No good by DiPietro. It is a Hillers rebound collected by Casper, who drives the lane, draws contact. They're going to get Damari Daniels with his second. Casper at the line for 2 on his first. No good. Nate Casper, a junior. On his second, no. Sarapusko able to tap it out, and it's collected by Cooper. Over to the corner, up for 3. DiPietro, no good. Rebound, Cooper. Over to Casper. 5:48 and counting left to go in the third quarter. Hillers up by 13. Sarapusko around the defender, up and in with the left hand. Daniels takes it up. A 40-25 Hillers lead with 5:34 and counting left to go. Steves Over to Daniels for three. No, it'll rattle out. Loose ball. It is collected by McDonough, and a foul's drawn. And they got Matt Cooper with that one. That's his first. Team second for the Hillers, one for Norwood so far in the second half. Daniels over to McDonough. Coming in from the wing up to the elbow, launching the jumper. Steve's no good. Here comes the Hillers. Casper on a break. And he was trying to find Cooper. It ends up out of play. Norwood ball. Fitzsimmons into McDonough. Daniels thought about it. He was trying to get it over the wing, stolen away. Great steal there by Casper, and he will go coast to coast up for the lane, no good. And it's collected underneath by Steves. Norwood quickly works back up the floor, and up for the lay-in is Wadkowski. He'll draw contact. Team third for the Hillers. Look at Brian Keefe with his first. First of two, good. Norwood is shooting very well from the stripe. They are 7 for 8 from the free throw line. On the second of two. No. Serapusco collects. 40-26 Hillers lead. 4:38 and counting left to go here in the third. Raheem trying to drive the baseline. And was knocked out of bounds. Off of a defender. Hillers ball. Into Keefe he goes. Serapusco over to Cooper. And knocked out of bounds off the hand of Steves. On the entry, over to Keefe. Back to Cooper. And he lost it, taken away by Steves. Here comes Norwood. Behind the back dribble, drives in, kicks it over to the corner. Up for three, no good off the rim. And it was collected by Cooper. It'll be Hiller's ball. And looks like they got Wadkowski with his second foul. A little push there on Wadkowski. Team second for Norwood. Driving down, Fatahi around the defender, up and in with the right hand. 42-26, Hillers leading. Steves over to Mahoney. Up top to McDonough. Back out to Mahoney. Drives in, up for the shot, no. And it is collected by Serapusco. Here comes Keefe. To the corner. Raheem for the three. No. Put back. No good by Serapusco. McDonough out to Steves. Up for three. No. That'll rattle out. Batted around along the baseline. And that went out. They got away with one there. But in any case, Mahoney knocks down the three. And Coach Keene wants a timeout. Norwood slowly starting to work their way back in a little bit. Hillers 42, Norwood 29, 2:58 left to go in the third quarter. And the Hillers, they've kept a pretty positive momentum all throughout this game so far. but just 6 points so far in this third quarter for the Hillers. But the good news is Norwood only has 6 points in this third quarter as well.
That's right. So we're still looking good here.
A lot of missed shots on both sides in this quarter.
Yeah, I like the fact that the Norwood coach took the plays out with a couple minutes left to give them a breather to start of throwing a whole fresh line, because 2.5 minutes at halftime, I mean, you need the 10 not only for the coaching, but you also need the rest. So, especially at the Varsity boys level, they play fast and they play hard. Very physical game and quick. So, I'd like an extra couple minutes after running around like that.
All right.
Do a few up-downs.
What they did is they essentially broke up the halftime break and spread it out over all the quarters. You got 2.5 minutes between each quarter.
Equal, yeah. It's just like I was watching. What was the halftime break in hockey? Because I know they're doing halves now.
It was about.
Like forever.
It was until the Zamboni was done.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, you always have to wait for the Zamboni.
Right. I did like the half system though. Wasn't too bad. I mean, in yesterday's games didn't really work out for the Hillers, but
and especially in
Casper for the lay-in. No.
What must have made it tough for you too is when the clock died.
Yes, that was not easy to deal with, especially in hockey. And then you had all these penalties. You don't know how long is left on the penalty. Missed shot by Marazimi. Norwood has it.
I was running the controls at home watching it. I was even trying to figure it out. I couldn't.
I was guessing. I was pretty close on my guesses,
yes,
I must
you were.
say. Here comes the Hillers. Quick break. Casper to the rack. Up and in. Nice finish. 44-29 Hillers. 2:18 and counting left to go in the third quarter. And now it's stolen away once again by Casper. Quick break off the window, no good, and he goes flying into the divider.
Any other gym, that would have been a wall.
And he's grabbing his lower back. That had to hurt a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a steel pipe under the curtain there. That's what keeps it nice and straight.
Foul was called. They got Brendan Francis with the contact, so Casper is at the line. Great hustle by the junior.
That was great.
First of two. Yes. I have a feeling the sneak Casper, he's going to be a fun player to watch this season.
This is a nice team to watch.
Absolutely. Hillers trying to get some revenge on Norwood for their Friday night 77-73 loss. Second free throw no good. And Marazimi try to collect, but stepped out of bounds. Norwood ball. Tamara Daniels takes it up. Daniels thought about it. And he loses it. And it was collected by Casper. It'll go Hiller's way. And we'll have a foul against Norwood. I think they're going to get Daniels with the grab, and that is indeed the call. That's his third. Casper. Up top, Marazimi. Now over to Fatahi. Up for the shot. He'll draw contact from Baudet. Karosh Fatahi, the sophomore, going to the line, and Coach Keene said some very nice things about him when we talked to him a couple weeks ago. First of two, no good. Hiller's struggling from the line a little bit here in this one.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't tell looking at the score. You'd have to look at your stats.
Second of two, no. Hiller's rebound, however. Marazimi collects. Fatahi, long two, no. Put back, count it. Nick Paharik getting into the scorebooks. Pass over to Udkowski. He'll fire it across to Steves. The kick out and the 3 attempt, no good by Mahoney, and we get a foul underneath. It's going to be against the Hillers. We're going to get Paharik with his second. Timeout called by Norwood. Coach McDonald wants a few words. 1:16 left to go in the quarter. Hillers leading 47-29. Impressive stand by the Hillers up to this point. And the Hillers boys will be right back in action Tuesday night against Westwood. We'll have coverage for you right here on HCAM. We'll have the JV game at 5 and the varsity game at 6:30. And a Ravens-Titans update. Ravens leading late in the third quarter, 17-10.
I think we all took the Ravens, didn't we?
Well, I initially took the Titans, but no one else took the Ravens on the show, so I switched it up to make things interesting.
I got to look at my email.
I think that game could really go either way.
It could, yeah.
That is a good one. But obviously, watching Hillers basketball is more important.
Absolutely.
$1:16 left to go in the third quarter. Hillers 47, Norwood 29. I think with the shortened halftime, the officials a little more lenient on the timeouts.
Yeah.
Let them have a little bit more time.
Yeah, usually they're also warning them ahead of time. And
Right. Bodetta on the entry. Steves hands it back to Bodette. To the wing, up for 3. Yes! Knocking it down, Cameron McDonough. Norwood continuing to press to try to draw up some turnovers. Fires it over to the corner. Raheem for 3, no good. Batted around underneath, and a battle for it now. Marazimi wraps it up, able to kick it out. And he'll fire it over to Fatahi, who will put it up and in. What a great stand there by the Hillers. Great hustle by Marazimi. Down the lane, up for the lane is Wadkowski, and he'll draw contact. He is heading to the line for a pair. We'll get Nick Paharik with his third.
oh, no, I did take the Titans. Thanks. Like I said, I didn't think I did good.
Long way to go, Mike. Long way to go.
Yeah.
Wadkowski misses the first of 3.
As long as I'm solid on my Super Bowl pick, I'm fine.
Who did you pick? Kansas City?
Tampa, KC, and Tampa to win.
Tampa almost lost last night to Washington.
Yeah.
Little too close for comfort. Wadkowski hits the second of 2. 49-33 Hillers. 36 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Marazimi on the entry. Full court pressure once again by Norwood. Stolen away. Steves to the rack. Up and in, plus the foul, and one. Are we perhaps seeing a bit of a momentum shift?
Chipping away at that lead.
Hiller's going to sub out a pair. Steve's going to try to finish off this and one. Got it. 13-point game. Cooper to Raheem. Back to Cooper, and we have a foul on Norwood. We'll get Matt Mahoney with his second. Inbound to Casper. Fires it over to the wing to Raheem, and now back to Casper. 12 seconds left to go in the quarter. Shot clock is off. Drives in, up with the right hand, no good. Batted around. Out of play it goes. It'll be Norwood ball. 5.5 seconds left to go. Steves into Daniels. Back to Steves. For three. No, off the rim. Daniels at the buzzer. I don't think he got the shot off in time. After 3 quarters, it'll be Hillers 49, Norwood 36. Norwood making a little bit of a momentum shift towards the end of that quarter to get themselves back in the game a bit. And we will head to the final 8 minutes coming up next on HCAM. And welcome back. We are ready for the fourth quarter, a 49-36 lead for the Hillers. It'll be Steves on the entry. Norwood has some work to do to get back into this game. Pass over to Steves. Steves for three. No. And it's a Hillers rebound. There comes Hopkinton working their way up the floor. It's stolen away. Quick break by Steves to the bucket, up and in. A nice steal and finish there by Joseph Steves. It's an 11-point game. And that's going to be booted out of bounds by Steves.
Wow.
I think Casper was trying.
Coach Key just saved his life. That was going right for Mike's head.
It's like a cat. Quick reactions.
Yeah, I tell you. That's why he's a legend.
Absolutely. On the entry, Keefe fires it up top. Cooper up for the shot. No. Tipped out by DiPietro. Daniels keeps it in, but fires it right back to DiPietro, who will put it up and in. Nice break there for the Hillers. 13 points for the senior, Anthony DiPietro. Up for three. Got it. Matt Mahoney, nothing but net. He has 6 points. 51-41, Hillers leading. 6:39 left to go. We're going to have a foul here, and Daniels is regretting that push. That is his fourth. And he's going to take a breather. That is team seventh, so the Hillers are in the bonus. 1-1 for Nate Casper. And he hits the front end. Back end of a 1-1. Got it. Got to hit those free throws at this point.
Well, that's why they're free, you know.
McDonough out to Mahoney. Now Steves. Trying to spin around the defender, up with the left hand, a beauty of a lay-in. It's back to a 10-point game. 6:18 and counting left to go in the fourth quarter. Casper takes it up. And we're going to have a foul. We're going to get Matt Mahoney with his third. Casper heading to the line. On the front end of a 1-1. Got it. No good there. An 11-point Hillers lead. 54-43. Steves. Along the baseline. And a nice pass back to Steves, but he can't finish. It'll be Hillers' ball. Good hustle by Steves, but couldn't quite get there in time to keep it in. Expect full court pressure for the remainder of this game from Norwood. Here comes Casper. Some nice moves there, and just misses Sarapusco.
Good job by the referee calling off the players. The players always want to chase the balls so the refs don't have to run, but you know what? They got to limit it.
Right.
Nice job on the ref.
And for a lot of them, it's just habitual.
Oh.
McDonough fires it over to the far side of Mahoney. Up top to Steves. Sarapusco with the steal. Pass down to Casper. Here he goes. Up with the left hand, no good. Rebound Steves. On the near side, up top. Drive it in, up for the jumper, and good is McDonough. It is a 9-point game. Norwood slowly creeping back in. We have a loose ball here, collected by Cooper, but he is going to give it up, and it's stolen away by McDonough, who will take it to the house and draw the foul. So team seventh for the Hillers. They get Brian Keefe with his second. First of two, got it. Second of two for McDonough, count it. And just like that, Norwood is within 7. Cooper takes it up. Hands it back to Casper. Over to the corner, up for 3. Schnurr, got it! Swishes it through, a big-time 3 there by Schnurr. Hillers back up by 10. Pass over to McDonough. Up top now to Bodette. McDonough pump fakes. Driving in, up with the right hand, no good. Sarapusko with the rebound. Here comes Schnurr. It ends up in the grasp of Casper. Casper driving in. Great feed to Sarapusko, and Sarapusko with the finish. And Coach McDonald wants a timeout. Hillers up 59-47. 4:10 left to go in the game. And Norwood at one point, they got within 7, but
Yeah, they cut that 15 down to 7, and
the Hillers immediately stole that momentum back.
it was something as simple as a 1 3-pointer.
Right.
Like, slow them down a little bit. But yeah, it's nice to see them maintaining this lead and stopping Norwood's advancement.
Yeah, it's been a well-played game. The Hillers have played a great overall game. I'd say if their biggest struggle at first was free throws, but in the second half they have shot a lot better from the line. But still some time left, so we'll see if the defense can hold up.
How those Titans doing? My only hope.
Well, they're within 4 now.
Oh, there you go.
They got a field goal, 17-13 in the fourth quarter.
All right.
It'll be an inbound off the timeout for Norwood. Bodette into Steves. Hands it off to Bodette. For 3, no, a little off the mark by McDonough, and it is going to stay Norwood possession as Bodette is there to collect, and he'll put it up and in. It's a 10-point game. Cooper. Gets it over to Schnurr. Rahim. And it's swatted out of bounds off the hand of Steves, Hiller's ball. Well, this late in the game, the Hillers, they're going to take their time with these possessions and not shoot unless they have a absolutely good situation. And we're going to have a foul here against Norwood. Looks like they got Wadkowski with contact. It's his third. A 1-and-1 for Evan Marazimi, the sophomore. On the front end, no, it'll spin out. Collected by Wadkowski. Here comes Norwood. Driving in and going up and in, plus a foul is Cam McDonough. And one opportunity here. Hillers 59, Norwood 51. 3:26 left to go. The Mustangs continue to hang around. Sarapusko back into the game for the Hillers along with Nate Casper. McDonough trying to finish off the and one, and he will. Keefe takes it up. Casper now. Back to Keefe. Marazimi driving in. Nice feed to Sarapusko. Josh Sarapusko, 11 points on the afternoon. Norwood trying to respond. The 3 off the mark by Mahoney. How to play it goes. Hillers ball. .308 left here in the fourth quarter. A 10-point Hillers lead. Cooper feeds it into Casper. defender that goes. It'll be Hiller's ball. I think we had a kick ball there. Cooper. Ooh, nice reel in there by Keefe. Almost got by him. Back to Cooper. Now to Casper. Driving in. Great feed to Serapusco, and Serapusco, the senior, finishes once again. McDonough feeds it over to Bodette. Up top to Steves. Bodette for three, off the mark. Collected underneath. And put up by Schletzbaum, who will draw the foul. First of two, no good. You got Nate Casper with the foul, by the way. That's his second. Hillers 64, Norwood 52, 2:24 left to go. Norwood quickly running out of time. Second of two, count it. Cooper on the inbound. Here he comes up the floor. DiPietro with a great feed to Casper, and Casper takes it down the lane and puts it up and in. Everything clicking for the Hillers in the last minute or so of this fourth quarter. 1:57 left. Up for three. No good there. Hillers have it. Here comes Keefe. Behind the back dribble. To Serapusco. Fires it up to Casper. And we get a foul. They're going to get Mahoney. We'll have a timeout called by Coach McDonald with 1:43 left to go. Hopkinton 66, Norwood 53. Things are looking good for the Hillers.
Yeah, they sure are. I tell you, I love their aggressiveness. Their stick to the ball and making those layups. You know, you don't get to see that much. All those layups, and they're not easy ones either. Everything's off balance. Everything is underneath somebody, or under the backboard, behind the backboard. I tell you, I'm very, very happy with that. Now, if they could just work on those free throws a little bit, the easy stuff.
Right. Yeah, it's been a great team effort by the Hillers. They have 9 different scorers in the books. Off the timeout, we have free throws for Casper. And he will hit. They wave it off.
Was it his third? Yeah, because the best. I don't know.
Looks like they waved it off. And that was because I think the Hillers prematurely moved on the front end of the one-and-one. Remains a 13-point game. 1:27 and counting left to go. Keefe fires it out. Now to Serapusco. Casper over to Cooper. Flings it to DiPietro. Just trying to burn clock at this point. And Serapusco went up. Shot waved off, but there is a foul. So Serapusco heading to the line, and it is double bonus time for the Hillers. First of two, got it. Substitution for the Hillers, Matt Kaufman into the game. Second of two, count it. .108 left to go. The Hillers up by 15. Things are looking good. Norwood trying to reserve some clock here. McDonough. Up for three. No good there. Put back by Wadkowski is good. And one. No good on the free throw attempt. We have another foul on the rebound attempt. And it is against the Hillers. This time, Noah Badette will go to the line. And he hits the first. Second attempt, count it. Tomkowicz on the entry. Here comes Keefe. Driving down, feeds Serapusco. Up and in. Josh Serapusco having quite a game. He has 17 points. Along the baseline, we have a foul. A little push. And it is against Hopkinton. They're going to get Matt Kaufman with that one. Marco Petrillo at the line for Norwood. First shot, no good. .35 seconds left. Hillers up 70-57. They're going to take home the win. Second free throw is good. We'll have a handful of substitutions. Clear off the benches. Taking it up is Keefe. Over to Cooper. Tomkowicz. And it's stolen away. Quick break Mahoney. To the rack, up and in. Full court pressure by Norwood here in the final seconds. Playing it out. Keefe. And that's going to do it. They'll dribble out the clock, and the Hillers will come away with the 70-60 win over Norwood, as they'll get some sweet revenge from their Friday night loss in Norwood and take today's game in an impressive way. Great win today by the Hillers as they are able to take care of business against this very good Norwood team. A lot of scoring in that fourth quarter. Hillers had 21 points, Norwood 24. Norwood kept fighting all the way through, but Hopkinton today just a little bit too much to handle for this Norwood team, but certainly a lot of talent was on the floor today. It should be fun keeping track of both these teams as the season goes on. Let's take a look at the scoring. For the Hillers, it was Evan Marazimi with 3, Nate Casper with 10, Matt Cooper with 5, Brian Keefe with 7, Karosh Fatahi with 6, Anthony DiPietro had a great night, or a great game, I should say, with 13, Nick Paharik with 2, Owen Schnur with 6, Josh Sarapusco, your player of the game, with 17 points. For Norwood, Damari Daniels, the team leader, with 14 points, and you also had Noah Badette contribute heavily with 11 points. Cam McDonough also was big in that fourth quarter, as he had 7 fourth quarter points, 13 overall. Rob Wadkowski with 4, Carl Schletzbaum with 1. You had Matt Mahoney with 8, Joseph Steves with 9, Marco Petrillo with 1, and Brandon Francis with 2. The final score for the final time, Hopkinton takes down Norwood 70-60. Both teams 1-1 on the season. For Mike DeRosian, I'm Tom Nappy. We thank you for watching HCAM. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk to you again soon. Have a great rest of your Sunday, everyone.